What is up? What is up? What is up? Oof. What is up, y'all? I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes. Let y'all gather and just walking into the studio. Walking into the studio. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Say hi if you want to. Say hello. Don't be a stranger. I'm fixing myself. I just came out. Oh, actually, in from taking a run. Whew. So if I look a little bit rough, excuse the look. Excuse the look. But I just came. Let me back y'all up a little bit because I'm in your faces like that. I'm in your faces. Come into the studio. Come into the studio. As y'all come in, I try to relax myself. Just came from a run. It was a good run, a much needed run. So I'm ready. I got energy. I got a lot of energy. So in the meantime, as people are coming in or people are lurking, they're sitting in the corner and they'll be like, sure you can. Bring your ass over here. Bring it all in. Hello, 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 people. How are you? I hope that everybody's doing fine. It's Friday. For me, it's just another day in the week. It doesn't feel like it's the end of the week. It's just another day of the week. I know that for a lot of y'all, this is the end of a working day. For some of y'all who have different shifts, maybe you have to go to work. Maybe you're just relaxing right now. Maybe you're coming from work and you're finding your way back into your own studio, or maybe you're at home or you're behind your desk creating whatever it is that you're creating, or strategizing whatever it is that you need to strategize. Y'all know I'm always strategizing things, so I like doing that. So, how are you all doing? How are you feeling in your body? How are you all feeling in your head, in your mind? Is everything clear? Is there space for you to let things out and let other things in? Are you opening your chest? Breathing in, breathing out? Mm? Are you doing that? Mm? Do you sit up straight a couple of times just to get that spine moving? Are you moving? Hopefully, you are. Don't sit still. Don't sit still. Move. Move your body. Move your body. I don't care if it's from the kitchen back to the couch, or from your studio to your office, or from your office into your living room. Because probably a lot of y'all are working from home. And home is going to be the base for who knows what time. But to be quite honest with you all, I'm really not mad about it. No, I'm really not mad about the fact that home, or let's say any remote place that allows you to do work, your work, away from an office, away from a building where people are really commanding and demanding of you that you have to be there at a certain time. You have to clock in, you have to clock out, you have to be there. It needs to seem that you are working, and of course you're working. Of course you're working. I can understand that anything remote right now is actually really doing you justice, and it should. It should. I think the past time has shooken us up and created new possibilities and opportunities for us. What I have noticed in my part-time job is that, and this is something that I already knew from the beginning. This is something that I knew from any office job, and that is it can be done from home. Not that it is the most ideal situation, of course, but it is something that can be done from home. And what I also believe is that the variation between home and office work is something that is actually very beneficial to people. It allows them to still have control over who they are and what they do. And I don't know if you have noticed from the news that is coming in. I don't watch that much. I know I have a TV over there, but trust me, it's on either the YouTube app or Netflix. Either one of those two. Anything else, I don't care for. But here and there, the news that comes in and I allow to reach me, I can see that a lot of people are not wanting to go back to the office. And setting aside, of course, the people that have the office as a safe space because of the home situation that they are in, or the situation that allows them to be amongst other people so that they don't feel isolated. I'm not talking about the exceptions, right? In those particular moments, I really can understand how the office is actually still a place where you get to interact with people and still have those relationships with your colleagues if they are amicable and friendly. Then yeah, of course, then being isolated in your home, having no one around you can be pretty tough. Not everybody is built like that. And I have been tested. Everybody has been tested. However, I do believe that the time has taught us that work is not everything. The office, um, the routine, or what we believed to be given us security, or what we believe to be security, has been tested. It has been tested tremendously. It has been tested tremendously. In a lot of places and spaces where people thought this is something that I can have for years and years and years and years on, they came out of the international house arrest, as I like to call it. The international house arrest that we were all in, and they came out of it and they were either like, I don't think this work is really fulfilling me in any type of way, or they were on the other side and say, my gosh, I don't want to spend all of the hours that I have in an office building. I really don't. I want to have that control to see how I can build, create, and organize and structure my life. I think a lot of people came to that conclusion more than people are willing to admit. Yes, there are, oh, excuse me, there was something zoom against my ear. Um, there are, of course, people, naysayers, that say, oh, I'd rather be at the office because then it's easier to ask questions and, it just works better at the office. I understand technology, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, asking colleagues and everything else. But when you take all of that away, you still can do your work at home. You still can structure your work in such a way that it will be done, it will be finished, and you still have contact. And you still have the opportunity and the possibility to go to an office building if necessary. I think a lot of people have seen that. A lot of people are realizing, you know what? I'd rather not. I'd rather structure my life now differently. Yeah. And um, I'm actually happy to see that. I'm happy to see that people dare to question themselves now. I'm happy to see that people now see that the security that they first saw, that ain't real security. Because it can be taken away. It can be shaken up, right? Somebody can give a push from the outside, or the push has an impact on the inside and then it explodes or implodes from the inside. And then what? There goes your security. There goes your sense of safety. And that is because we depend so much on what other people are able to give us, provide for us. etc., etc. And now everything is just 180 degrees. So I'm actually happy that it happens. I'm happy that people are thinking about maybe I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. Whatever it is I'm doing right now, maybe I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. People are starting to think, well, what if I'm now in a position that I'm forced to make a decision that I maybe don't want to. Maybe I now might be the time to go look into something else. Now might be the time to go and look into something else. What else is it that I can do? What else is it there that interests me? What else can I really pour my time and effort, attention, focus, and my mind in? What else can I do? And people start to realize that. People start to see that. And not everybody's ready. I understand not everybody's ready. And everybody has their obligations, food on the table, kids that need clothing and food, and of course yourself. And even if you are a single person, single as a one person household, then even you have your obligations towards yourself, right? The thing is that I would like to offer you is maybe you can push yourself an extra mile, right? Title of this live, maybe it's good to push yourself that extra mile. I know for the last 8 to 9, we are now almost going to 10 years. I think I was even, I think I'm busy already for 10 years. I dare to say I'm busy for 10 years. Officially, if I'm really looking at it, might be 8, 9, but man, who's counting? I think it's 10 years. Excuse me. I think I've been busy now for almost 10 years, and it isn't until now that I see that every time I'm just at the verge of just throwing my hands up in the air and being like, okay, you know what? Let me go for security, whatever security means. And let's take it into the conventional, old-fashioned, industrialized way of thinking. Having a job, 9 to 5, or not even 9 to 5. Nowadays, people are working from 7 to till 8. There's not 40 hours in a work week. People are working more than 40 hours in a work week. Having your kids at home, having a spouse or a partner. At the end of the day, you're sitting, you're chilling, you're just doing whatever it is to have peace of mind. Maybe you're going to the gym, having the mundane life that you think that you want to have, which there's nothing wrong with. Let me make a disclaimer first, and first of all, there's nothing wrong with having that. If that suits you, you're happy with it, you're satisfied with it, go for it. Go all the way for it. But no, this channel of mine is on a platform for artists and creatives. The artists and creatives. And even artists and creatives have sometimes a 9 to 5. But I know y'all are not really 9 to 5 people. Y'all don't want to confine yourself to the office. No. No, 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 no. The people that I know around me, and I know a lot of artists, no. We can, but we know where our heart lies. We know where our heart is. So, disclaimer, if that is for you, listen, then that's for you. Do you, right? Do you? And if you still have a sensitivity of it, if you still have tissue paper type of feelings, they break easily, maybe this is not the channel for you. It might be good just to log off. But for those that are willing to listen to it and are, um, they feel like, yeah, that's me. That's definitely me. I'm not, that's not my category. This might be the time that you want to, again, put that extra mile into it. And I've been doing that for the last 10 years. I've have fallen a lot of times where I was like, okay, you know what? This figurative towel. This is not really a towel. I used it to clean my glasses, but this figurative towel, throwing it in, throwing it in the ring. I'm done. And a lot of moments that I was just done, 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 done. But those are the moments that you really have to push. You really have to push at that moment, at those moments. Those are the moments that you learn the most. Those are the moments that you learn the most. Today, when I was running and I was running because, here in the Netherlands, they've decided that in addition to uh, cultural organizations, theaters, and other places, public places, gyms, and other particular places are now being added to the list of people needing a QR code to get in so that they can handle the situation or whatever they think they are handling right now. I've made a decision already for myself that uh, I was not going to go along with that. I made the decision for myself. They have supposedly taken freedom of us away in the sense of we have to be in, we couldn't go to the gym, we couldn't go here, we couldn't go there. And people were just like, oh my gosh, what is happening? People are just having so much control over our lives. And what I realized in that particular time when we were in our international house arrest, that the moment that I took control over myself and I decided how I wanted to, for instance, gym, sport, by just going outside and have a brisk walk or as of lately just jog and run, I took back control. I took back control. So when they this week, the public figures in the Netherlands decided, well, we believe that the people that didn't vaccinate themselves, oh, I'm not going to even say the word, the people that did not take the jab, oh my gosh, there's such a huge danger for us. So in order to make those people also take the jab, y'all need the QR code right now, or take a jab. And I'm like, fine, that's fine. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. And I will go the extra mile for myself, like I have done over the last 10 years with my own art, with myself, with my mentality, with my own growth, to take control over my own life. You might want me to take a QR code to whatever place it is, but if I have the possibility to train anyhow, anyway, without the gym, you can't stop me. And so this can be applied to other things. By the way, another disclaimer for those who are, really into it and might not be agreeing with the philosophy that I have over this particular situation, the global situation. My channel, this is how I think about it, and how you feel about it. I respect that, but don't bring it over here. I don't warn people, I tell people. I know I look like a very kind lady, but I don't take mess. I respect everybody where they are. So, seeing this is my channel, this is the philosophy over here. So, there's no discussion needed. Don't go into the comments because you will be digitally blinded, meaning blocked. Um, so that's not the discussion that I'm making here on the platform. The discussion that I'm having right here is saying you can go the extra mile for yourself. And what I just explained is an example of how I go the extra mile for myself and how I see that it is so important to push yourself further. Don't let yourself be bullied into believing that this is how the world is being presented and that is all that we need to take. You are still a human being. This right here, you still have control over. Use it. Go that extra mile. Go that extra mile. Let me take it now back into a more specific, like your art, your your creative process, your journey. Maybe you also have been working really hard for the last 10 years and you also have had several part-time jobs. Maybe you even had to have a full-time job and you had to stop doing whatever it is that you had to do just to make sure that everything is in order. You know, your house, your life is in order, especially if there are people depending on you. You want to have everything in order. I can so imagine that you can be in a place and you're like, I can't give anymore because it feels like I'm starting over again, over again, over again, over again. I can't give anymore. I can't give. Each time when I'm getting a little bit like butterflies to start again, then this happens and I have to, I have to pull it back. Or I'm finding momentum and then there are people having opinions about whatever it is that I'm doing. And you feel that you need to appease other people. You might be in a situation where you're like, but when am I going to get the recognition? I've had this exhibition, this group exhibition, and I see other people just going past me. And it feels to me like I'm still sitting here. And nothing is happening. I don't know if I have another mile. Because I've already been pushing for the last couple of years. Maybe you are in a situation where you're like, I'm doubting myself. I just don't know if I have what it takes. I don't know if people want to see what it is that I'm creating. I just don't know. I could create something else. I could do something else, but it wouldn't fulfill me. I don't know if I don't know if I can give another no. Maybe you had rejection or after rejection, after another rejection, after another rejection, and you're like, these couple of yeses, they are not enough. Maybe you have pushed yourself and kept yourself in this creative space. You have created your own projects. You're creating um, so many beautiful things, and it's not selling. It's like, what's going on? I can so imagine that because all of the situations that I just described are applicable to me. They are all applicable to me. I've been in each and every situation, each and every single one of them. And sometimes I'm still in one of them, in and out, a little bit. Not so bad, but whew, I've been in each and every situation. The extra mile that you give comes at the moment where you look yourself into the mirror and you really have to be honest about who you really are. Who you really are, what you came to do, what you have to do. The moment that you give that extra mile, I will guarantee you there's going to be a change in your attitude. You just walk a little bit different. You talk differently. You approach things also differently because you know where your focus and your priorities lie. It doesn't bother you actually that much that people fall out. They just fall out. Can't keep up. Or they try to keep up, or they criticize, but they don't even support. They never say something or never comment. You don't really bother yourself by that anymore. That's when you know you're past that extra mile. Past that extra mile. The moment when you are like, this is what it is, either you support it or you leave it alone. It's not for everybody. And you really have to have that has to be ingrained in here that you're capable of saying, this is not for everybody. I am not for everybody. There are going to be people that like what they see, but when they see the work that I need to put in, they're going to be like, ooh, there's a lot of work. I just wanna ride along. Push another extra mile and see if they can still ride along. You know that you already can. So for you, because you already build up that muscle, that stamina, that speed, they're not gonna keep up. Push that another extra mile. When there are people around you and they're, I wouldn't say hating, but they are bothered about how you just deal with yourself and your light. You have discovered the light, you're using it, you're casting it outside. It's just, you're just shining the light on everybody and everything. And there are people around you that are, they are bullets. They are looking at you like, oh, how's this person? How does this person do that? They just look so effortlessly. They just do it like it's nothing. I don't like it because I can't do it. It bothers me because your attention is not going towards me. It bothers me because I haven't figured it out for myself. And I don't want you to see that I don't actually want to do the work. It bothers me because it just bothers me because I'm not being satisfied with myself. It bothers me because it's you, it's not me. Go that extra mile. Push, push. I beg you, push, push, run. There's a moment when you're running. I don't know if I have any runners here on this platform, but there's a moment when you run and you start to get out of breath and your chest starts to hurt, starts to burn a little bit. That's the moment where you need to push because your body is basically saying, oh my God, I can't take it anymore. But your mind is saying, oh, come on now, extra mile. And before you know it, you just pushed yourself an extra mile and your body knows how to recover itself and it will go an extra mile. You'll survive. Afterwards, you might drop down, but you'll survive that extra mile. That burn that you feel, go that extra mile. Go an extra mile for yourself. Don't wait until people say, oh, kudos. Oh, so good of you that you went an extra. Don't wait for that. Because a lot of people are in this situation, and I'm going to be honest with you. Way back, I was in the same position. That was like years. I think it was in the beginning of my career. I had this of, well, I know I'm a talent, and I know I can create good things. Well, why are people giving me props? Nobody's supposed to. Nobody's supposed to give you props. I mean, you already have the talent. You already know that you do something with it and you do it well. And you already know that the more hours and time that you put into it, it will only get better. So, what do you need props for? Of course, it feels good to get that support, that pat on the shoulder, acknowledgement, respect. It feels good. Don't wait for it though. Don't wait for it. Give it to yourself. Go that extra mile. Go that extra mile. Another good reason for you to go an extra mile is because of the following. When you go that extra mile for yourself, you see, I came with the hand claps because the hand claps show when you do this, it is serious. And I knocked my elbow against the table. That's fine. It is serious. So I'm about to really get serious, right? When you go that extra mile, it's like you're giving yourself an upgrade. You're giving yourself an upgrade on whatever it is that you are possibly to give yourself. You give yourself an upgrade. It's like adding stars to your brand, to who you are. You're adding stars because you give yourself that extra, whatever information that needs to be applied properly, whatever skill that needs to be built, whatever talent that needs to be molded, whatever patience that needs to be built, whatever social media strategy that you need to put up, whatever network that you need to expand, it's building. It's that extra mile, it's that upgrade. And when you get that upgrade, you know how it feels. So when somebody comes towards you and they say, "We want to work with you, this is our package," and you take a good look at that package and you be like, "Oh no, but that's not enough." You see, um, this is what I already do. This is my package that I've already created. And people are going to be like, oh, okay. Well, all we can offer is what we have. Then you are in the position to say yes or no. When you go that extra mile, you're showing other people this is how you need to treat me, this is how you need to approach me. When you don't set that extra mile for yourself, when you put in the extra work, that little bit of extra effort each and every time, you're creating a standard. And if you don't exercise that standard, right, just stay safe. It can even go lower and lower and lower and lower. Or you stay here, but everything around you just goes like this, and you're still here low. And then the moment that you're here and you're like, well, I, I want to collaborate. I want to network. I want to be with that person, or I want to work with that person, or I want to stand over here in that gallery or this museum or this exposition. People are going to be like, well, what is it that you have to offer? What is the extra mile that you have given, or what they right now say? What do you bring to the table? Isn't that what there's now being asked? I've seen a lot of videos on Instagram of of men asking women, "What do you bring to the table?" Mm-mm. There's a whole different discussion. I'm not going to even go into this. But in the field of business, um, And let's be honest, even if you're an artist, you're an entrepreneur. Ne- I would say next to being an artist, you are an entrepreneur. You are a business. And it serves you to also have a business mindset. You might not be the best in it, and maybe in certain cases there are people that are like, well, you know what, it's better for me to have a business partner, which is a very good decision, a very good decision, if that is best for you. For all other people that do have that business savviness, it serves you to know that you still are a business. Even if you have a business partner, you're still a business. And in the world of business, people are looking at your credentials. People are looking at, what have you done lately? What are you doing right now? What are you creating? Who are you? That is the right moment to say, what do you bring to the table? That is the right moment to say, what is it that your ass brings to the table? That's the right moment. And if you're sitting there and you're not creating that extra mile, that extra push, that extra work, that extra hour, that extra day, that extra week, the extra piece of beautiful media that you're creating for yourself, because listen, they are putting us down as content creators, but I really want you to understand and grasp, you're not just a content creator, you're really an artist, you're really a creative, you're a publishing entity at that moment. You're publishing media. Please remember that, because nobody can tell me that I'm just a content creator. So, and just to go on with that, because somewhere it does disturb me. I do know that maybe here and there in videos I've said, create content, create content. I know that I say that in videos, but that is really a simplified. Excuse me, I'm fighting with these flies right here. um, that is just a simplified way of saying that you are a media platform that publishes media. I don't ever forget that I do that. I am very aware of the fact that MCJ Studio now has grown into an art business that also creates art media, media content, podcast, video, blogs. Oh, I am very aware of that. And I hope that you are too, if you're doing the same thing. Don't think for one moment that when you're posting a photo on Instagram or a reel or a video or just a simple, just a photo, or you're sharing something in your stories, that you're just sharing content. No, boo boo. You now have turned yourself into a media entity that is sharing media. You created that. Instagram did not create that. Facebook doesn't create that. Twitter doesn't create that. Verbal doesn't create that. Spotify doesn't create. You create that. And they may want to make it seem as if it's just, oh, it's just a simple thing. It's just no. I'm very aware that's the let's say the lame terms of speaking from one person to another person on the street. But on a higher level, macro level, oh, I know exactly what it is that I'm doing. So I hope you also know what it is that you're doing. I'm putting that extra mile in. And you see, when you put in that extra mile, it allows you to think that way as well. You won't make yourself small. But you see, because I also have that disease. I don't want anybody to see me. I don't want to be recognized. Don't look at me. I don't want to have the attention. Don't look at me. Now I'm saying, F that. Look at me. And I just want you to be just as bold as I am. Go that extra mile. Do I always feel comfortable in it? No, because I'm still somewhere an introverted person. I just learned how to be extrovert. But I'd rather just walk around in my house and nobody knowing that I'm here in the house. I really do. I really do. And that's not a secret. But I've learned to be extroverted. I learned that opening up my mouth in a good way, having conversations with people in a good way, is a way of building a network, it's a way of exchanging information, it's a way of giving your um, business card. Because I'm part of the business card as well. So it's all part of that. Going that extra mile allows you to do this. Just come to the stage, right? And not this. I love that. Come to the stage. Step into the light, Caroline. Step into the light. Come on, step into the light. Ain't nobody got time for you to wait until you're ready. You just have to do the things unready. I know that's not a word. I just made it up. Do it unready. Like I already said, don't wait for the props. Don't wait for the respect. Don't wait for the accolades. Don't wait because people are making you wait. Don't wait until that particular person is telling, is saying, you, I pick you. Don't wait. I, I, I'm really, before the weekend starts, I really, really hope that you can get this, right? I really, really hope that you can get this, that you can get this through you, in you, and take it with you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do it. Do it. Yes, you're going to be nervous. You're going to be maybe in some moments unprepared, and maybe you are prepared and you're still nervous. Do it anyway. Go that extra mile. Well, Marilfa, what about all these people that are looking at me and they're saying, well, you think you're something, you're surpassing everybody, and you think that you just all of that. Is that your problem? Because I've been called that. And it wasn't by my friends, it was by family. So, what I can say, one particular person, by the way, but do it anyway. Does it serve you to make yourself small? Marilfa, I don't have the money. Listen, it sounds all great. I don't have the money. I need to pay these bills. The bills are looking at me and saying, pay me. F your dream. Pay me. I understand. I so get it. But instead of starting with the wholeness of the dream, start with a portion. Start with what you can afford. When I started out with painting, I could not afford all those oil paints. So I started with the study paint. I bought a tube each and every month. And sometimes I would splurge. I would buy something less, but I would splurge. Instead of one, I buy five or wait for a sale. Yeah, there's no excuse. Do it. You will be pulled through. I will guarantee you. Sometimes you're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. somehow, some way, you will be pulled through it. Are you going to have some scratches? Yeah, I guess so. But you will be pulled through it because you went that extra mile. You're the demonstration. You demonstrate, I want to have an extra mile. I give myself more so that I can receive more. And then life gives you more. But Marilva, when is it going to happen? Well, why are you bothered with the question when? Would you change anything about what you're doing if you would know when? Yeah, but it would be possible for you to work harder and give more. Why does it depend on when you know that? Why don't you just do it? Because then it's conditional. You're waiting for the moment and then you're gonna no. Then it's conditional. Then you're tricking yourself. Give, you're gonna receive it. Yeah, but how much? As long as it takes. Ain't helping, I know. But it's as long as it takes. Really. Go that extra mile. Go that extra mile. It's gonna serve you so, so, so well. And I go where I can to go an extra mile. Sometimes it is with cosmetics. Sometimes I do it with clothing. Sometimes I do it with maybe making a cake for myself and buying the finest ingredients because I want to have a really good, tasty, sweet cake, right? Maybe buying, something that you really like to eat or drink and just give a little bit more, right? Maybe you go to the store and there is a little bit of change that you're getting back and you're like, you know what, keep it. But ma'am, keep it. It's fine, right? You walk off. I've done it a couple of times. And sometimes I will get it back more. I know because I'm paying attention to those things. Give, give, right? Sometimes when my son asks, hey, mom, can you help me with a little bit of cash? I give a little bit more. I just give. And I know I'm going to get it back somewhere. And I'm not giving because I know I'm going to get it back somewhere. That's something I already know. But I give because it's the gift of giving. Sometimes we get it and I complain. And maybe it's at that moment, or maybe later, or maybe 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh, hey, yo, grab yourself again. But come on, grab yourself again. That was, come on now. Show some grace. Show some gratitude, right? Instead of complaining. Go that extra mile. You deserve it. I'm not saying work yourself to the bone, work yourself into a burnout. Don't be coming here to my platform being like, you said, and now I got to burn out. Baby, no. No. Take your rest and put in the work. Take a nap. Be like a cat. Take a nap. Take some naps in between. Be like a cat. I do it too. If I'm sleepy, I just take a nap, people, and I continue afterwards. This is what I do. So if you need to take a rest, that's okay, but don't stop. That don't help. It doesn't help. I just need to stop. And then when you begin again, so I have to start all over again. But why did you stop in the first place? Yeah, my mind was okay. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Yeah, but sometimes situations, I understand. And sometimes situations Maybe need to force you to take a longer period of rest, but you don't stop. You don't stop. So that's the thing that I wanted to give to you all before the weekend starts, before y'all go out to party, mm, before y'all go out, have a drink, have some good times with the people, which is fine, which is fine. We all need that, relaxation and everything else. Just think about it, right? Think about it. Let it marinate here in those juices, in the brain juices. Oh, that sounds disgusting, but okay. Let it marinate in there. Yeah. Give it some time to get used to it, right? And don't just take the whole thing on. Cut it up in pieces. I might talk about that another time. Cut it up in pieces. Start with a part of the dream, and then when you're in it, when you got that in your system, then you go to the next part. Then you go to the next part. It will be done. It will be done. So, people, I am going to take a shower because I've been talking to you all for an hour, good hour. I'm going to have, I still have to eat. I had a good run. So, I still have to eat. I'm going to do that. And afterwards, um, I'm just going to take it easy before my weekend starts. I'm going to wish you all a great weekend, a great night. If you're on the other side of this world, have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Yes. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people, right? Be loving to yourself. Be loving to other people. And if there are people around you that cannot, they don't support you, they can't work with you, they constantly are in your way, step out of it. Step to the side and be like, I'm not for this, right? Let them turmoil in their own vibe, and then when you're stepping out and you're moving on, they will see and say, oh my gosh, that person was actually not with the bullshit. No. The person was not with the bullshit. Yeah. If bullshit is happening in your life, you might want to look at yourself. What are you doing to contributing to it? What are you doing to change it? You might need to change yourself, and therefore maybe also the people and things around you. Right? Good. Good, good, good. Before I leave, subscribe to this channel, like this channel. Don't be just don't lurk. Don't lurk. Press that button. Press the subscription button. Press the like button. If you have seen this video, this media, like it. Like it because you're already looking at it and you already came so far. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell because when you hit the notification bell, you will know when I'm going live. You will know when I'm going live, and also whenever I post another video on this or my other channel, MCJ's Live. Yes, when I post over there. More information that I didn't share here in the video, but you do need to know, you will find in the description box. Please have a look over there. And I will see you next time, people. Yeah? Take care. Be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself. And it's also easier to be kind to others and love them. See you soon.